If you are an outlier, determined, and refuse to settle for an average income, pay close attention. In my early 20s, a wealthy mentor gave me a choice: either make the sacrifices others refuse to make, or accept the life everyone else has. At the time, I had zero connections, no qualifications, and an empty bank account. Yet I managed to build a multi-million-dollar empire right here in the US. That empire was built by identifying and aggressively avoiding 7 specific traps. Sidestepping catastrophic structural errors early in your career is more important for long-term wealth than trying to sprint in the wrong direction. This chart plots earning potential over time. This first line represents a hypothetical guy named Joey. Joey lands a well-paid corporate job right out of college. He stacks cash, and his friends think he is crushing it. But notice how his earning potential hits a massive plateau early on. Because his skill set is stagnant, he is stuck in financial quicksand. Now watch what happens when we chart an alternative path. This is Kai. Kai takes a challenging, lower-paying job at a tech startup. He struggles to pay rent for the first couple of years, but every new high-income skill he learns, like coding or copywriting, adds a new structural block to his value. He prioritizes skills and equity over a short-term paycheck, and eventually his earning potential surpasses the first line. The second trap is the luxury lifestyle. Picture yourself pulling up to a swanky restaurant along Miami Beach, feeling like you have finally made it. Here's the reality: 60% of American households can't afford a standard brand new car, let alone a luxury vehicle like this sports car. When you buy depreciating items and designer clothes early in your career, you are destroying your future wealth. The correct sequence is to invest your cash into assets like S&P 500 index funds, crypto, or real estate first. Build your cash-flowing assets, and then let those assets buy your toys. Buying luxuries before you are truly wealthy is like trying to build a fortress out of sand. It looks incredible for a minute, but the first wave of reality washes it away. Trap number 3 is the lone wolf mentality, doing everything yourself. You might be a genius, but no matter how hard you grind, you will never outcompete a group of talented people working together. Look at Elon Musk. On the surface, it appears he conquered the tech world alone, but he was part of the core group that launched PayPal. When eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion, those tech experts became known as the PayPal Mafia, pooling their talent to launch YouTube, Yelp, LinkedIn, and SpaceX. If you try to do everything alone in your business, you get crushed by a lack of time on one end and a lack of energy on the other. You must leverage smart tools. Use all-in-one online platforms to automate your workflow, or make cash by helping older, non-tech-savvy business owners transition their companies into the 21st century. Trap number 4 is having too many inputs. One person tells you to start an Amazon FBA business, another says buy real estate, and another pushes day trading. The number of pathways in the modern economy creates cognitive overload, leading directly to decision paralysis. The solution is to start with your end destination and work backward. Cut out the noise from broke people giving financial advice, filter your inputs, and instead seek out a mentor or an expert who has actually achieved what you want to achieve. That brings us to trap number 5, being ego-driven. Arrogance blinds you to the small, crucial micro-steps required for growth. The minute you convince yourself you are too smart to listen, you lose. This diagram illustrates the iceberg principle of wealth building. What you currently know is just the tiny tip visible above the water. The massive chunk of knowledge you actually need to get rich is the complex geometry hidden beneath the surface. True wealth requires the humility to keep learning. Trap number 6 is passing the blame. Imagine holding 2 objects, a magnifying glass and a mirror. If you pick up the magnifying glass, you focus on everyone else. But if you pick up the mirror, you focus on the only thing you can actually control: your own thoughts and actions. Average people love the magnifying glass. They blame Wall Street, taxes, their boss, or the government for their empty bank accounts. There is an old proverb that lays it out: the man who blames others has a long way to go. The man who blames himself is halfway there. And the man who blames no one has already arrived. Put down the magnifying glass and pick up the mirror. Finally, trap number 7, staying static. Your comfort zone is a self-imposed prison. Studies show that a massive percentage of people never step outside of it. living with the dread that they are wasting their potential. To break out, you have to constantly expand your circle. I avoided the traditional path of a doctor or lawyer, instead taking risks on apprenticeships and side hustles. Expanding my reach through bank loans and overseas manufacturing proved that the limit on growth isn't market size, it's how much risk you're willing to handle. If you want to continue building financial autonomy by avoiding these structural failures, please hit subscribe. Make sure to like and share if you want to grow your wealth. Security is a dangerous illusion. Real safety comes from the constant, uncomfortable process of scaling past your current limits. Thanks for watching.